Hi guys, welcome back. Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to get the current date to display in a Tkinter window like this. Okay, so let me put this down and I have created a project for this and a file name given current date. So now in order to start with this, we have to display the current date in Tkinter window. We will have to use the date time library. Okay, and before that we have to also use Tkinter module. This is a way of importing the Tkinter, everything about Tkinter, because it's the module that we're going to be making use of. So how to do that is to say from Tkinter import asterisk. So this means to import everything about Tkinter depending on what you want to use in Tkinter. And after that, I'm going to use the date type library, which I'm going to import that as well. So I'm going to say import date time as DT for short. So that is what I'll be making use of. So the next step is to create the instance. Okay, I have is to create the instance of the Tkinter frame. All right, so for the Tkinter frame, I'm going to use Win, which is Windows for short. Okay, so I'm going to say Win, and then I'm going to say Win is going to be the PK. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be making use of. And then for the next is to set the size of the frame using a geometry method. So I'm going to use the name of the window and then attach the method called geometry to it. And this is to give a size to the window. And then the size for this is going to be 700 for the width, and then for the height is going to be 300, and then from the x-axis I'm going to give it a 500, and then I'm just going to leave it at my y-axis for 0 because it's just let it just be there on default. So in order to see this that I have just done, I'm going to make use of my main loop in order to continuously run this window for us to see it visibly. So I'm going to use the name of my window dot main loop, and then I'm going to run this. Okay, so there it is. There's also one thing I would like to attach to this window. I'm going to give this configure a color for my window. So I'm going to say window.config, and I'm going to give it a color. So this is my background color that I will be using here. So I'm going to say black for that. And I'll run this, and this is it. Okay, so that is done. The next is to give this window a title. That is optional for you, but I'm just trying to display some things here. So I'm going to say window.title, and this is going to be in the string format. So I'm going to say date displayed or display. That's okay. All right, so now all that's done. The next stage is to call the date time and then store the date value in a variable date. Okay, so I have already imported this date time. Now I have to call that date time and then install it in a variable. Now that variable is definitely going to help us work with this. Okay, so now the variable name that I would give to this is going to be date, and now I'm going to make use of the date, and this is date, and then I'm going to say dt date time, which is that dot now, because we're working with the current date time. Dot now, that, and now I have stored it in this variable. So the next stage is to create a label to display this date. Okay, so now the label is going to be label, and this is definitely a label, and this is going to be my windows. My window is short, win for window, and then a text a text format actually. So in the text parameter of the label, I'm going to pass the date value and format the data as and format the date as text. Okay, so which is what I'm about to do here. So I'm going to say text, and the format is going to be this way. And I'm going to use my curly braces and attach the date time that I would want that is going to be displayed on the windows. So this alphabets represents something, and I'm going to explain that shortly. So I'm going to say the next is B, and the next is D. The last is going to be my Y. So that is it for that. And the next that I'm going to do is to work on my font size. Okay, so the font style that I will be using here is going to be a Tahoma, and the size is going to be 43. Okay, and then the font ground, which is the color of the font, I'm going to use my spring green. I love it's colorful, right? And after that, I'm going to give the background of that font a color. So I'm just going to give it a black, since the background of my window is black. So in order for you to appreciate the spring green font ground, you have to give everything a black color. So I'm going to just drop a black color down there. Okay, so after that, I'm going to run this for us to see what we have done here. Okay, so the reason why this is not displayed here is because I haven't given it a position. I haven't packed the label in the windows. Okay, so that is what I'm going to be doing now. So for my pack here, so I'm going to say call my label and dot pack. And then from the pad Y, I'm going to be making use of 150. All right, this is going to work now. Okay, sorry, there wasn't a specific pad access. So this is pad Y. Okay, so this is going to work now. Looks like something is off here. Okay. Okay, I think this is letter E. Okay, we have to ensure everything is put in place correctly. All right, so there it is. Okay, so now let me give a representation of these alphabets here, what they actually represent. I'm sure you've seen it on the screen, but I like to explain further. Okay, so this is going to be in a comment format, and I'm just going to give this a representation. Okay, so for my presenter A, it represents the day of the week. And then for the next one is the B, which represent the full month name. Next is the D, which actually is the day of the week. The last but not the least is the comment format, and the Y, that is the year, with century as a decimal number. Okay, so that is it for this. So this is just a simple step to display or to get the current date to display in a Tkinter window. So I hope this was properly understood. and I hope you enjoyed this short section. So if there are any questions, you can drop your comments on the comment section. Please do not forget to like and follow my page. Please do not forget to click on the subscribe button and like my comments and like my videos. And do not also forget to go through other videos because I have made use of this current date and time. And it isn't a long process. So I just made a short video for you guys. And I hope you understood this clearly. So thanks for watching. I hope to have you around next time. Thank you.